Beautiful souls, welcome. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or all my live feeds, simply take what resonates and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Welcome. Happy Friday. We made it. We made it. It was a very interesting week. I'm very grateful for the week that I've had. It's been very interesting and a lot of new growth and a lot of expansion and just a lot. So welcome. Good to see everyone. Happy Friday. I'm really good. I'm feeling a little bit better. Did have a rough couple days. I'm on to be honest. It was an interesting couple days. But I'm here and I'm grateful and it's good to see everyone. I thought we would do an Ask the Medium session today, as promised. Here I am. Simply going to take some questions. I will just touch base a little bit on the channeling this morning. The weekend does feel very soft, a very gentle, a very loving energy is there for us to pick up and there for us to rendezvous with. So, find that gentleness, find that space, find that calm, find that love and roll around in it. And I think, one thing that's really important, Spirit said something to me this morning is, we choose what we pick up as well. We choose what we're going to pick up energetically, and I'm going to choose to rendezvous in calm energy as well as a lot of fun. That's going to be where I kind of lean into a lot this weekend. Let's just jump in. I really feel pulled to just jump in this morning, and take some questions. So let's just see where we go. Let me just scroll up so I don't miss any. I'm going to start at the beginning and just scroll down. It's good to see everybody coming in. Debbie, good morning. Hope you're feeling better. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm not quite 100%, but I'm well on my way. Camilla, hi, Lana. I'm going on a trip today. Well, that sounds fun. Does Spirit have something to say about that? Camilla, I feel like I need to just during your trip, I need to just make very conscious moments where I can just tap in energetically and take something else in. That whole what else do I see? What am I feeling? I really feel like I need to just tap in there a little bit. Just pause, even if it's for 30 seconds, just pause and feel the energy, feel that gratitude, feel the joy in all things around you. Just take that moment. Sometimes when we're traveling, there's that excitement or there's all this floating pieces going on around us. Just pause and have a look. Just pause and have a look. I love doing that even in airports. Airports can be a very chaotic energy. There's people, there's security, there's all kinds of stuff floating around. I like to pause and just what else is there here? What else besides chaos energy is here? And I like to feel into that. So enjoy your time travel, your time travel. Enjoy your time in your adventure there. Lana, any messages from my dad? I would love to hear anything from him. Thank you so much. I really feel with this big push of walking your own path. I feel like there's just this proudness of taking your own journey, and I feel like I've got to continue to push you to lean into that more and more and more. I'm on my path. I'm on my journey, and I'm going to do what resonates with me. He's really pushing that there. So I don't know if there's something new that you're working on, if there's something new coming up for you that you're kind of like, what will people think? Or what if I do this? I just feel like I have to say, walk to the beat of your own drum. I hope that resonates there with you. Easy Puff, good morning, Lana, and everyone. I set my alarm. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. Thank you so much for getting up and joining us here. Melissa, I would love any messages from my dad, please. Melissa, I'm just going to lean in there for a moment and just kind of feel in because he just started throwing a whole bunch of things for me, no, at me. Number one, I'm seeing a lot of like that flickering of a light. So do you have a light that's been flickering lately? Just randomly, I feel it's like this very random, just a little bit of a flicker of a light, or you're seeing a flicker of a light in your peripheral. He's coming at you with a lot of light and a lot of light energy, and he's literally trying to like lighten you up, and to light you up. And I find that fascinating. He's trying to really show you a lot of things that connect with joy, and to bring that light in, because he is very much a big ball of light and a big ball of energy, and he's showing me that in like a profound way. Just all this brightness. He's showing me the sunrise, and he's showing me a lot of things that resonate with a lot of light. So the other thing is, and with that light is, and he's literally, you know talking about that, shine bright. He's literally singing that song, Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are? And he brings that brightness of the night sky, that twinkling of the night sky. He's really with this bright and light energy. I hope that resonates there with you, Spring. Good morning, Lana. Headed to the cancer screening this morning. Spring, know that energetically we are all there holding your hand. We're all there hanging out with you. And I know that, cancer screening, even though I don't feel a worry, I don't think you do either. There's still a nervous energy, and fair enough. It is scary going for any kind of testing, but so just know, Spring, that we are all there holding your hand. Elizabeth, I want to know if I will be joining the summer apprenticeship this summer. I want to know if I'll be joining the summer apprenticeship this summer. I feel very good and very light with that. I do feel very good. I just feel like has there been a delay in hearing back? Because I just feel like there's been, I don't know if they've accepted it, or I don't know if I'm going. I feel like there's just a delay, and I feel like it's just a paperwork backlog, if that makes sense. Or like I just feel like I just have to say, just wait it out. It's going to be fine. I'm wondering if my mom has any messages for me, said Amanda. Amanda, number one, I just, my face lights up with just when I tap in there with you and with mom. I also feel the number three is very significant. She's holding the number three. So for me, that's either March, or you're one of March, significant, or you're one of three. She's also showing me a lot of new seeds growing. So she's showing me, like, like you've been planting new seeds and your own personal growth. And she's really proud of that. There's something that's been growing since she's passed. And perhaps it's your understanding that she's not gone, or perhaps it's your own spiritual journey. But she's showing me all these seeds that are growing around you. Very, very interesting on how she's showing me that this morning. She's also organizing your closet. So I don't know if she was an organizer, or if you just simply need to have your closet organized. But she's literally like fussing around in your closet, organizing things there for you. She's also talking to me about a lot of dreams. Either she's coming to you into your dreams, or you're communicating with her during your dream time. She wants you to know that she's hearing you, and that she's always, always, always with you. Peyton, good morning, Lana. Does Spirit have any messages I'm not hearing? Um, Peyton, I feel okay. So yes, I feel like you're hearing, and I feel like you're doing very well with hearing. I feel though what Spirit's saying though is I also have to get you to feel. So I don't know if you're struggling with going deeper into feeling or feelings. I really feel the feeling, and and sometimes Spirit works very differently, and we've got to stay fluid in that. So I think sometimes I just have to say, if you're not sure you're hearing, go to the feeling. And I really feel that feeling. Like I just feel like it's like feeling things, and not in the good things too, right? Like just feeling certain vibrations and feeling. I'm getting pushed out of hearing and into feeling. So I hope that resonates there with you, Peyton, and I hope that helps you there. Shaz, I had a dream of a fox playing with me. Oh, I love that. I feel like I've received messages from Spirit. Do they have any messages for me? Shaz, well done for you tapping into the fox energy. Um, spirit animal, and messages, they're all, you can look them all up. But I also feel with this fox, I feel like I've got to really go into that playful energy and the curious energy. Have you been a little bit more playful and a little bit more curious, a little bit more? I have to get you in there a little bit more. I feel like I've got to get a little bit more. And you can look up the spiritual meaning of dreaming of a fox. Always take what resonates and leave the rest, because there's so much information. But I also feel like it's that playfulness for me that I have to tap in there. Aaron, I would love to hear if my spirit guides had advice on how to slow down. Hmm. So one thing that I really feel that I need to get you to take a look at is what matters and what doesn't matter. I feel that I've got to practice those pauses. I also feel that slowing down, we do choose our busyness. Some things we cannot get around, and some things we can. I also feel though that even though we're really busy, like I'll use myself as an example, Aaron, I'm quite busy. And I keep adding that busyness, and I do love being busy. I love working with youth. I love my schedule. I have a lot of say in my schedule. I can block time off when I want to, and I get not everybody can do that, but I'm also very aware of the minutes that count. So if I can take a break and just watch the sun come up, or if I can pause and just and get my back against a tree on my lunch break, those are all slowing down moments. Meditation is a great way to just slow it down. But if there is something that you can no longer do energetically, then it's time to kind of like step back out of that energy and give yourself a little bit more space. But for many of us, we can't just say, oh, I'm not going to go to work today, the heck with it. We can't always do that, but we can alter the energy that we go into it with. I'm going to, be more mindful on my lunch. I'm going to put my earbuds in and just listen to some meditation or hertz frequency. I can slow down the energy that way. Um, just being a little bit more aware of, like, for example, whenever I walk outside my driveway, to the right is a little garden. I'm not great at gardening, but there's a little garden to the right, and the tulips are all up right now. Some of them are blooming and some of them have not yet bloomed. So as I'm walking to my truck, I literally stop and I look and I bend down and I smell. And that I take that moment and I literally consciously take that moment to just feel the tulips. And I think that, like, that is slowing down too. It doesn't have to be literally, coming to a halt. And being really aware when you do have time off or downtime, how you're spending it. I really have learned not to care if the laundry is piling up. If I've got one clean pair of underwear in the drawer, it's enough. But so you know what I mean? Like, we sometimes we fill our excuse me, our schedules up with extra busy. Like, it truly is okay if the floor is sticky today. Is it really going to matter? And at the end of it all, at the end of your lifetime, is somebody going to say to you, or say to people, not to you, well, maybe to you, but say, "Oh my gosh, her floor was sticky whenever I went over." It's kind of like that balance, right? It's kind of like putting things in balance. I hope that that helps there. Make sure you take some rest. Absolutely. Thank you, Elizabeth. I do take a lot of rest time. I'm also very that's the word I'm looking for. I'm also really protective over my downtime. I literally turn my cell phone off. I literally disconnect when I'm not available. When I need that time, I make sure that I honor it. Because how many times do we say, "Okay, I'm going to give myself an afternoon off," and then we're accepting, things that we don't necessarily want to do, whether it be laundry or answering our phone messages, or we have to honor the downtime when we get it as well. And I'm very good at that. I'm good at honoring my time, so that is something that is really it's really sacred to me. And I'm okay with that. Some people struggle with the guilt of honoring their time. Some people really struggle with that, with being able to say, this is my hour or this is my day. um okay, so where were we? Thank you very much, you guys. I'm appreciating all your questions. Aaron, does spirit have any messages for me today? Aaron, I feel like I've got to massage your shoulders. I feel like just got to, like, give you that loving massage. And I feel like I've got to just kind of, well, it's not me, it's them. It's your spirit guides whispering to you to say, put something down. So put something down that you've been carrying that's heavy, just simply giving yourself permission to let something go. It doesn't feel really big to me, but it feels like it's got a weight to it, if that makes sense. I feel like I just got to say, put it down. Literally grab an item and just simply say, this is going to be what I need to let go. This is going to be the feeling of guilt, and I'm going to put it down for today. I feel like I've got to, like, give you that massage of letting something go. We do hold on to a lot, right? So I feel like I've got to say that to you. It's a glorious time to just put it down. Debbie, I'm celebrating 588 months since my husband and I had our first date. Aw. Does spirit have anything to say about us? Oh, I that is beautiful. 588 months. I love that. And you see, there is just such, and I love that the pleasure and the playfulness in that. I love that, you're acknowledging every month that you've been together, and every month, how you've shifted and grown. I also feel that as partnership, there's deliciousness, and there's also deliciousness, in doing your own thing. I feel such good balance in that, and that can be a struggle for some. And I feel like both of you have done really well with driving together, side by sides, with that energy. but I don't feel like it's like restrictive, and they're literally applauding you for that. So I don't know if one of you has had restrictiveness before, but this just feels really, really good. And I feel like I just simply have to say, continue enjoying every moment, continue enjoying the magic, continue in and on really getting into that. I also feel like all relationships, there is always learning and growing, and sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's easy, and I feel that that momentum is something that you're both working hard on, if that makes sense. Like you don't quit when it's a little bit of hardness. You're together through that. Does that make sense to you there, Debbie? I love that so much. Shy, I got a question about a situation with a specific person. At this point, don't know what to do and where to go with it. Does spirit have anything to say about it? I feel like I've got to get you, Shy. Here's the thing that's coming to my mind. I know Spirit says it a lot, but they're going to say it again right now. Observe. Just sit back and observe the situation. I also feel like I've got to give the situation a little bit of time to settle. So I just feel like there's a lot of either newness or something that I'm not quite sure how I feel about. I feel like I've got to say, just have a seat and observe. I don't want to close the door, and I just want to observe things for a little bit. I also feel, and this is a general statement, Shy, it's not necessarily directed to you. If it does resonate with you, great. I also feel that I need to say that in situations, sometimes we're too quick with the knee-jerk reaction, with the hard no or the closing of a door. I just have to say, sit out of it and just observe it for a little bit before you come up with a conclusion about how you really feel about it. I just need that time. And I feel like I need to say to you, take all the time you need. You don't have to have an answer today or tomorrow. Take the time you need. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I just want to wait and see. And I feel like when you handle that with that gentleness, it doesn't put any expectations on you or anybody else. I'm just going to wait here and see. Always ask spirit to show you. I say that all the time. Ask, 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 ask. Ask, just show me. I'm going to sit here and watch. Spirit, can you show me? And just kind of watch it like you're watching a play or a movie. Just kind of observe it. I hope that helps you there, Miss Shy. Miriam, whoops, I scrolled too far. I don't know if it's just me and my happy fingers or what it is, but I scroll. Hi, Lana. Lately, I've been feeling like I've not had enough energy or fuel to continue on my healing journey compared to other points in my life. Any advice? That is a really good question, and I just want to pick it apart a little bit. We are always on a healing journey. We are always working through something. We are always healing something. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't feel that we ever come to a spot where we're like, I'm completely healed. I'm good now. There's always something that we're going to have to work on. When we're working on our healing, though, that does take a lot of energy. You're 100% right. And I feel like I've got to say to you, I've got to acknowledge what a great job that you're doing on your healing journey. And it's okay to take some time and just pause and rest and refuel. The refueling part is very, very healing. When I hit the forest, and this is just a Lana thing, when I hit the forest, I don't always necessarily have something that I want to work on and heal. I just hit the forest and recharge. The recharging and the refueling back up is healing all in itself. And sometimes the healing doesn't have to be that conscious work on it, right? It doesn't have to be that. And sometimes we just need a moment to acknowledge where we are. Yes, I have a long way to go yet, and I've done a lot of work, and I'm okay with where I am right now. It's okay to soften that. And that is the gentle energy that I channeled on Wednesday, and I think even on Monday, about where we are with May and how it's offering that gentleness and be gentle with yourself. We don't always have to be in that fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. I have to. We can just say, today I'm just going to recharge and just breathe. I'm just going to breathe through it. Does that make sense to you, Mariama? Just give yourself some time. And I think that we can put so much focus into one thing that draws our energy, and we don't give ourselves time to digest and process. And that's why I won't, when I see my clients, depending on what they're seeing me for, but 99% of the time I leave a gap in their session time between with me. Even with my mentoring students, I give them the time to process, and I give them the time to pause and to practice what they've already learned. So take some time to practice, to feel the healing that you've already done. right? Just take that time. It's okay. And I have to really say to you, it's okay. All right. I hope that that resonates. That is a beautiful question, by the way, Miriam. I'm really glad that you asked me that today. That's what she said. The spirit had a message for me today. Charles is supposed to come home. Oh, so you know that. Oh, so you know that feeling. You know that feeling of an excitement, butterflies in my stomach. I can't wait. You know that feeling? I need you to really enjoy it. I really feel like I need to just say right now, I'm enjoying the moment of the anticipation of Charles coming home today. I feel like I've got to just say, you don't have to run through it. Just enjoy it, every single moment of it. And because there are some things you ever think about when you reflect back and you think that was so fun, just that drive to the concert or just waiting for that to happen or waiting for a baby to be born. Like, you know, all that before something happens energy. I This is a really good spirit. It's like, yeah, let's talk about this. You know, all that before something happens energy. Do you think we really enjoy it? We're trying to get to the good part. We're trying to get to the end of it. We're trying to get to the reward. We're trying to get like enjoy that before part, the anticipation of it. It does have an interesting vibration to sit and enjoy. And sometimes we try to push through that. I got to get you to just say, enjoy right now and waiting for him to come home. I also feel that I've got to almost, I don't, give yourself some private time as well. I feel like I've got to just give yourself, even if it's a couple hours, give yourself that private time as well to really enjoy that moment. I hope that that works there for you. Shannon, any hints on what our future home would like? Color, house number, or any direct clues? Shannon, I feel okay. So when I tap into this, I feel a little bit surprise on location. I feel like I've got to say just to kind of expand a little bit. I don't feel like it's huge. I feel like I have to expand just a little bit on the location. I might also see a bit. I don't feel it really, really long, but I feel a longer driveway. Now I don't feel it like a long farm driveway. I just feel it like it's got a longer, narrow laneway is or driveway is how it feels. And I also see one, two, three. I see three steps up into a fair sized porch and deck that is straight to and it doesn't curve around. It's just straight along the front of the house. And I see like this it's quite big. I'm not sure on the name of the tree, but it looks similar to a magnolia tree in the front to the right is what I'm seeing there. I hope that that helps you. Uh, Fran, I love airports. It's the flying that freaks me out. Most people don't love airports. You know that, Fran? So, is it the people watching that you enjoy tapping into? I also don't mind airports. Um, Something weird though. Usually, Spirit. Here's a funny story. Spirit usually shows up for me in the security lineup. And I can't tell you how many times it's like how you're going through the X-ray and it's like, oh, I have a message for you. And one time I was literally getting patted down, and I literally was channeling for the person patting me down, and they were like shocked and stunned. I'll never forget that experience as long as I live. It was so funny. It's the humor of spirit. Okay, sorry, you guys. Um, Hold on, I gotta skip ads here. Angela, my son and I are in a very negative living situation. Do you discern any messages from spirit for me about what to do? Angela, I feel I keep hearing the word that, like with protection. So is safety a bit of an issue there? Because I feel like I've got to be very protective, number one, and energetically. So I feel like I've got to protect your energy as well. I also feel like I've got to start working towards the plan. So I got to start initiating the plan and initiating that a way of changing that energy or getting away from that energy. Spirit will never necessarily tell us what to do, right? But I feel like it's time to really come up with a decision and then start working towards it. And I feel like I've got to say, don't. Don't worry about necessarily about how long it takes. You've just got to start taking those steps forward. I feel, and you may be thinking, well, I can't necessarily take the steps. I need you, even into your mindset, start visualizing yourself out of that negative situation and kind of making those steps forward. I also feel like I've got to say, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I have that going over and over and over in my mind. It's going to be okay. But I have to say, and I have to really say, you're stronger than what you acknowledge. You're stronger than what you acknowledge. So just remember that, Angela. And we are sending you a lot of love and a lot of support here on the channel. Hi guys, in chat, my vision is bugging me and I'm getting headaches. When what? Hi guys, in chat, my vision is bugging me and I'm getting headaches. Are you picking anything else up with that? That's what she said. Dee Dee, any messages from my maternal grandparents? I feel them watching over me. Absolutely, they're watching over you. Dee Dee, they're also cheering for you. And I also feel like some of the like the ancestral changes that you've been doing, they're really applauding you for that. So there's something that's been like different or against the grid or against, like family traditions. They're really supporting you into that. I also feel this very free energy that they're bringing you to kind of pick up and just kind of dance in. I feel like this freeness, and they're really saying that you're enjoying it. They're really showing me that you're enjoying this new free energy, and that you're doing very well in that, enjoying that free energy. I also feel like there's something here. I'm just going to say it on how I'm receiving it. I feel like there's some kind of old pattern or habit that you've recently worked through. I feel like you've worked through, and they're saying you're on the other side. You don't have to look back. So there's something there that they're just like you've gotten through something, and they're literally saying you don't have to look back anymore. You're through that. I hope that makes sense there too. Okay, Tabitha. Good morning, Lana. Who are some of my current guides, and is there anything they want me to know? So, Tabitha, our spirit guides do change quite frequently. And as I'm reading that, I literally feel like within the last couple weeks or even couple days, there was a new guide that's come to you. And I have to ask you, have you been, because I can see like that compass. So, for me, that's my sign from spirit. Have you been looking towards or asking about new direction? Because I feel like this guide is coming along to kind of navigate through some new direction. And I don't feel it terrible. I feel like it's something that you've been wanting. Like I sometimes change can come in and it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. This feels like something that you've been expecting and working towards. And I feel like they're coming to help you navigate through that. Sometimes you put your toe in the water and take it out and you kind of stand back. They're just literally saying it's okay to put your foot in the water. It's okay to like stand with one foot in the water, one foot in, one foot out. It's okay. I also feel, Tabitha, that I need to say to you, the only permission you need is from yourself. So, and literally, that's what I'm hearing from this new guide. I haven't heard their name yet. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. With names, with spirit guides, but just trust the energy with with what I'm saying. I feel like I have to say you don't need permission. So the only permission that has to come from is you. So whatever it is that you're leaning on, or perhaps you're asking permission or asking people. Sometimes we can ask too much for guidance, right? Sometimes we can literally ask too many people, or I need someone to say it's okay to do this in order to feel safe to do it. I feel like I have to say you're ready to not do that. So just kind of remember that I said it, Tabitha. If it doesn't make sense right now, just kind of remember that I said it, because sometimes these messages will come up for something that you're going to kind of lean into. Um, all right. Easy Puff. Can you ask my little sister's kitty Halo why she wandered off? It's maybe because she didn't appreciate her enough. I don't feel that at all. So actually feel this. I don't feel it connected to anything that she did. Some things in the physical world, it's just physical world stuff. Animals are animals and they can wander off. I don't feel like she left deliberately. I'm not convinced, Easy Puff, that cat isn't going to reconnect here. I feel like she's being looked over, so looked after. I don't feel terrible with this at all. It is a good lesson. I would get it that it's a good lesson, but I also don't feel terrible. Like, I don't feel like this is, "I'm out of here because of you." I don't feel that at all. Sometimes, and especially with animal behaviors, they behave because they're animals, and that's how this feels for me. I hope that that makes sense. Elizabeth, it's a delay with finances. I need finances in order to join. Okay. I feel with that, Elizabeth. I feel like you're right. It is just a delay. I don't feel it like a permanent pause. So I like that you use that word delay. Sandy Drexter, good morning. I wish I could listen at work, but I can't. We'll listen later. Have a great day, miss. Have a great day. My birthday's in March. I'm Pisces. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Amanda, and thank you very much for the validation there. Validation when it comes up, it's just so that you know, especially on a live because we're not chatting. It's just so that you know that I'm channeling the right information for you. Kayla, Lana, is anyone else in your family gifted like you? How was your childhood growing up, knowing you could see and communicate with spirit? Um, I'm the only one doing this in my family as for a career. I do feel like every single one of us is gifted. Every single one of us has this ability, has connection to the spirit world. I've just focused a lot on development. So, when I was little, I didn't necessarily know I was seeing things that other people didn't. And throughout my experiences in life, I've always stayed connected with spirit. I've always, you know, spoke to my guides, and it's always been a big part of me. And I navigated through different careers. I mean, most of you know I have had a career in healthcare, and I always use my connection with spirit to help me through that and to help other people. It wasn't until I had my experiences with my own out of body, my own death, where spirit really encouraged me to step forward and out of the fear, to be able to say, "Hey, I channel spirit." And then it was just so, and so then I spent a number of years just doing this part time. I did readings every Friday because I was off Fridays from my nursing job. And I just did events or group sessions on weekends or on vacation time when I was on vacation from my regular full time job. And then I got a big push. I got a big push, and spirit warned me it was coming. Spirit literally warned me. They said, "You need to pack up your desk at the clinic because you're not going to be there much longer." And I was like, "Oh, come on." Like I've been here for a long time. Oh, come on. And the big push was the person that I was working for was relocating, asked me to come with them. And I was like, "I can't, it's too far away." Um, so, literally, as we were packing up the U-Haul, they announced the first lockdown. And I'm like, "Okay, great. Now what am I going to do?" I opened up my laptop and went full time. And that was my biggest leap of faith, was to take that leap and to be able to say spirit was right. They were so right. They gave me about a 5-month notice of what was coming. I didn't know exactly what was coming, but I knew that I needed to pack up my desk. And I did trust that. I went to work every day until I was shown otherwise. But that was my biggest push. It was my biggest leap, and I'm very grateful, and thank you for asking a little bit about me. I appreciate that, Kayla. um I think the hardest part, so Kayla, I think the hardest part with all of that, it took me a long time. It really did. And I think, most of you will relate to some at some level. It took me a long time to get over what people were going to think about me. Right. It took me a very long time. And it's okay. I'm very, I don't have any regrets, or I don't have any I wish I would have. I truly don't. It was all where I needed to be at the time. But it took me a while to work through that. It really did. To work through that programming and to heal that. And there are some people that stepped back when I did, and there are other people that came forward when I did. And I landed exactly where I needed to be. And I think following my life path where I am, I kind of look at it, well, maybe I wasn't meant to be so public in my 30s. Maybe I was like, I just trust the journey. I truly believe that when we're ready, and it will all fall into place anyway. Right. So, and I did have a wonderful career in healthcare, and I still maintain my nursing license and dabble in healthcare a little bit. So, we always land where we need to be. And I kind of always remember that and remind myself of that. Lana, that message resonates very much. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Peyton. And thank you for asking. Uh, Jules, I have a reoccurring dream where a lion or an other wild cat gets into my house. Any idea on what it means? Jules, one thing that I would do is I don't want to take on too many dream interpretations. Yes, I do dream interpretations, but they are also available, but with a simple lookup. I would take a lookup on on a dream interpretation dictionary and pick out what resonates with you, and lean into that, because it can be either a message through, and it could also be a message through a lion or another wild cat. So let me see if the lion is in the book, because there may be a message spirit animal wise that way. But dream interpretation, there's a lot involved in a dream interpretation, and I would need a little bit more time to properly do that. So here's the lion, Jules. Hold your head up high and keep your dignity no matter what you're faced with. You're much stronger than you think you are and need to use your emotional strength in situations. Call upon the well of courage that's available to you to confront an uncomfortable situation. Listen closely and discern carefully before acting rather than moving ahead impulsively and recklessly. When faced with a tough decision, follow your heart rather than what you think you should do. So, Jules, in that, has there been something that you've been either, head down, a little bit embarrassed about? Head up and just face it with your head held high. Have you needed some courage to confront something or someone? Because you're being supported in a lot of courage there. I hope that resonates a little bit there with you. Um, Cheyenne, thank you so much for answering our questions. My pleasure, darling. I've been feeling a big shift and a big change coming in, especially towards money and career, but mentally I feel confused on my next steps. So when we feel those shifts, that's that energy coming in. And I always say to myself, because I get it, Cheyenne, I get it. I want to know. And it's a human thing. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. What I would really work on is right now, right here. Those shifts are coming in with my money and with money and career, and I'm confused on what my next steps are. When we're confused on what the next steps are, it's not time to take a step. So I don't take a step until I feel that pull and I feel, okay, I'm ready. Because if we're not quite ready, and even we can know the step to take and it still be a leap of faith, but we still have to feel comfortable, like, okay, I'm ready to fall. I'm nervous, but I'm ready to leap. I feel like at this pause, you just have to give yourself a little bit more time. Something is going to present itself and you're going to be like, thank goodness I've waited, because this changes what I would have done. Right? I just feel like you're being shown, just you don't have to take a step quite yet. Just wait. I feel like I have to pause it just for a moment, let a few things transpire, because I still feel there's something that's going to be added here, and it feels very good. It does feel very good to me. I just have to say, just pause a moment, because when we feel that confusion, it's like there's a missing piece, and that's how I feel that. So, Cheyenne, would you feel like there's a missing piece before you can make a decision? I guess is essentially what they're trying to say. I feel like there's a missing piece to the puzzle here. Um, you're very welcome, you guys. Tamers is acknowledging. Yeah, it's been a lot. Oh, good, a gentle, loving weekend. Absolutely. PJ, I have a large yard in Mississauga, Indian land. Wondering if my yard has any messages for me. Do you sense a fae in my yard? Absolutely, I sense a fae, but I also sense a lot of really, really ancient energies. Some of it connecting to the indigenous, some of it is connecting elsewhere as well. I feel like I've got to thank you for loving the land, and I feel like there's more love for that land coming in. I feel like there's more love, more that you're going to do, more of that protection and guidance of that land. And I also see, is are there like I'm not sure what they are exactly, but I see a lot of purple glow. So either purple flowers or like a purple, something purplish across that land. Not quite sure, PJ, what that is, but there's like this purple glow all around it. Um, I also feel that I've got to get you to wander around that land a little bit more, because the land is calling you to sit on it. Like just sit on that land and just be with it. I hope that that resonates there with you. I wasn't quite done there. I also feel, is there, so if I'm standing facing the yard to the right, is there a corner that you're pulled to? Like I feel like there's a corner, like where I'm really pulled to go and sit. I feel like spirit's pushing you in that yard to go that way. Just have a seat. Is I'm hearing it. Just have a seat. All right, you guys, what time is it? Oh, it's only 40 minutes in. Okay, I have a little bit of time. I'm grateful for that. Spirit must have slowed down time for me. Um, Thank you for your validation, you guys. Emma, I'd love to hear more of your personal stories with your special gifts. Oh, Emma, thank you so much. I do appreciate you guys asking me more. I haven't had time to do videos lately. It's okay. I'm meant to do the lives instead of recording videos. And it's bringing me a lot of love and a lot of joy. But I do hope to get back to being able to record some videos and share more experiences. I always trust how spirit wants me to work. And the lives are what's bringing me so much love and so much joy and connections. And do I find this draining? No, I don't. Now, at the end of my day, I'm a little bit tired as everybody else it is, but I'm very good at plugging into the spirit dimensions while I work. So when I work, when I show up to channel, I have my own punch card and I have my own a cord. It's like I visualize it like an electrical cord coming out of me into the spirit dimensions. So I use very little of my own energy when I'm channeling. Very, very little of it. I use spirit's energy to channel. Little bit of a cheater trick there. Um, but in the past, I mean I could only do a reading or two at a time and I'd be done. In the past, if I did a big group or like a spirit circle, I would be so exhausted I couldn't even drive myself home. I almost had like that intoxication. It felt like I had had a couple of drinks after a big event, and that was prior to me knowing how that I could plug myself into the spirit dimensions. A part of that also, and I'll share this a little bit with you guys, especially with the bigger groups. When I'm talking about maybe 10 years ago, I would do a big group and I would feel very, very off when I was finished the event. It's almost like I felt like I was, like a crash landing. And spirit literally said to me, "Well, you need some landing gear. You're coming from dimension to dimension too fast." So I was literally like, like crash landing into the physical plane. And then I did figure out that I don't have to go over there all the time. I can work with them when they come here. And I just had to become very, very fluid with that. I had to just literally say, okay, how are we working today? Oh, they're coming here. And sometimes when I'm channeling or giving messages, it's literally like they're right here, and sometimes I have to go over, and sometimes we're in the middle. So it did take me some time to learn the balance that, but it used to be like I couldn't even drive myself home. And I chuckle because I was learning how to navigate through all that. I was learning how to work with them. I was learning, and I never got in the way of it. I worked really hard to say, okay, I'm not going to get in the way of this. I'm not going to insist this is how I channel. I'm not going to insist this is how we work. I just let them guide me and let them teach. And I don't get in it at all. And that was the other biggest thing, is not getting into the readings. I don't think about it. It's not my advice, it's theirs. I literally stay out of my head. I don't have any thoughts or any, sometimes not even an awareness after I've said something as to what I've said. But it's taken me a lot of time to learn to grow and tap into that in that way of working. All right, you guys. Tamara's feeling heavy anxiety. I think it's work, but not sure. So much changing, so much insecurity. Any wisdom from guides or loved ones? Tamara's, you need to be able to practice the pause, and it comes down to that for so many of us. And and I get reminded of that all the time too. Spirit will say, well, you haven't sat down long enough to recover from your day. Right? So, and it's true. It's because it's one thing after the other. And we need to really tap in, and even in those moments. And the reason we're seeing so much anxiety right now, there's, well, one of the reasons, we're not the only reason, but one of the reasons we're seeing so many people with anxiety right now is because of the momentum of everything being chaotic for so long without pausing. We're not meant to be this busy all the time. So when we can kind of come back into our bodies and come back into the energy and just pause and breathe, it's a natural recharge. Right? When you think about it, like, we are busier now than ever before as a society. And yes, yes, I get it. We have to be in order to pay bills or put food on the table and that kind of thing. But we also have to balance the I'm going to be channeling someone in a very different way soon because I can feel my eyes changing. We need to be able to balance that, giving ourselves that 5 minutes to breathe, shutting things down, turning off the internet at night. We need to be able to come back and just kind of breathe. And most of us don't do that often enough. Think about that. And when you think about the analogy of it, most people only take vacation time once a year. That's when it's allotted. People get 2 weeks vacation time a year, and they take it when it's dictated to them. They don't have that pause in between. So we have to get I'm going to shift gears to have to. Who connects to a mom that was vision impaired most of her life? She's really coming into my eyes. Most of her life, I feel like she was either born vision impaired or was vision impaired for a very, very long time, because she's literally coming right in. This is an example of spirit coming to me. So I'm going to give you a little bit more validation. The month of May is significant anniversary, birthday, or passing, as is July. And I don't Yeah, as of July, and I don't feel like she's been. I had to pause for a minute. I don't feel like she's been gone that long. Maybe a year-ish. It would be my estimate on that. I also feel like there was something really unexpected with her health. She did have a health condition, but she deteriorated really quickly because there is a bit of a surprise. I feel like um, I feel like there's so much support that she's bringing here. I feel like the family is going through something difficult that doesn't connect to her passing. I feel it different from her. And she's literally like holding everybody in this big circle. I'm here. And here's where her vision is coming in. I feel like I don't have to have all the answers, or something that's pending with answers for this family. And I feel like I have to say, yes, you are managed, you're dealing with this, blindly, but I feel like I'm holding you in it, and you're going to be getting a lot of clarity. And she just gave me back my vision. That was fascinating to experience. She literally said, "Okay, Lana, here's your vision back." I'm gonna leave her here. It may resonate with someone on the replays, but I'm gonna leave her here. I'll check the chat before I disconnect. But she's literally holding everyone in this pause while they're waiting for answers or waiting to see something. I hope that resonates there. Um, Shy, thanks, Lana. This person doesn't allow me to settle and observe. That's the problem. I feel constantly pushed by them. That is a boundary issue, Cheyenne. You can say to people, "Don't push me right now," and you can insist. Yes, I get it, but you are an adult, and you can say, "Give me 2 days, give me an hour." Don't push back. Just well, hold on, I gotta skip the ads. Just push back on it. People need to respect your boundary line, and if that's new for people, that's up to them to deal with it. I feel adamant, and I almost feel like even Pat more strong trying and giving you this advice. You need to step back and just observe. And I would insist on it. And I get it. Some people are harder to move out of our way. You can simply say, "I'm not communicating for right now." Doesn't mean it has to go be days or weeks or months. It can be an hour, but you need some time to feel and absorb. There's too much coming at you. There's too much. We need our own time to make our own decisions, even if it's an hour of peace and quiet. So you can get an hour to observe. 100%. Insist on it. All right. Aaron, put something down also resonates with me. Great. I love it. And sometimes these messages will resonate with other people, right? So if something resonates with you, then, that's for you too. All right, here we go. And then deep. Me and my partner are planning on getting married next year. I'm going to do everything on my own. So scared about it. Any insight from the angels? I don't feel you're going to do everything alone. I don't feel that you are. Number 1, the angelics are always helping you, and I also feel like your ancestors are helping you on that. I also feel like I've gotta be open up to allow some help. So sometimes and this is kinda how they're showing it to me. Sometimes we'll say, "Oh, I got it. I got it. No thank." I feel like I have to open up a little bit, right? People to come in and give me a hand with some of the things. I don't feel alone. I truly don't feel that. I feel like I just gotta say, I'm open for someone to help. I don't have to do it all on my own. I feel like I gotta give that to you as a big gift with a bow on it. Now I'm gonna expand on that and think about this for a moment. This is for everybody listening and whoever it resonates with. How many times have we literally said, "No, I got it. I got it." Sometimes we need to, but sometimes we also hold back on that help of carrying the heavy things in life, right? All right. Hi, Kayla. Holy, w- my spiritual gas tank runs out. Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Kayla, we need to be able to recharge and refuel. Anyone wonder about their yards or land if you have one? Like what the land thinks of us living on it, or is it just me? PJ, so I spend a lot of time at the land. It is a big thing for me. I connect to the land wherever I go. And if I'm in a new place, I need to get out on it. I just even if I'm watching from a car window, I like to connect to the land. The land likes to share with us with a mutual and with a mutual respect, and the land is very good with sharing. The land is not very good when it comes to humans disrespecting it, and then I think you guys all know that. But with the land, and when you think about it, I read this from I can't remember a post. Somebody had posted this. I heal the land and the land heals me. That's not my saying. I think it was Emma Smallbone posted something along that line. Anyway, um, the land wants to help us, and we need to help the land. And one of the greatest things that you can do is to do something for the land, and the land will do something for you, whether it be heal, whether it be help you. So it can be a handful of bird seed. It can be simply, picking up some garbage on it. It can be just simply connecting to it. I will go sit down by this little creek, and I will just thank that little creek for providing water for the birds. Right? The land wants to connect with us. We are very much part of the land. When you think about ancient times, the land was everything and they honored it. Think about that. Think about ancient cultures. They honored the land. They brought things to the land. They looked after the land, and the land looked after them. And it's very much the same way now. We need to respectfully look after our planet, and our planet will look after us. And we need to kind of keep that in balance, right? It's so important to connect there. You will also feel when you connect to the land, you also feel this deep connection to your ancestors. I was shocked when I really started to dig deep and like work deeply with the land. I started feeling ancestors that I've never met, didn't even know about, and it was amazing to tap in there. What I'm going to do is I am going to take a few more questions, but there's 30 people on the live, so I want to do a giveaway. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the chat, and I want you guys to please, please, no more chatting for the moment. Okay, no more chatting for the moment. So hold off on putting in there. Okay, a giveaway. Yeah, so please don't chat right now. So I've got two 30-minute private Zoom sessions with me to give away. You can use it as an Ask the Medium session, or you can use it as a channeling session for whatever you want to use it for. But two 30-minute sessions. So this morning, I was looking at, I want to see if it changed, because this morning, this beautiful loving community was sitting at, it's still sitting there, it's sitting at 4,999 followers. I love it. I don't know. I'm gonna try not to get too emotional, but it's, to me, having that many people helping one another, and it's not just me helping you. This is all of us helping each other. Whether you catch a replay, whether somebody never joins a live and just reads the chat, or they just watch a video that helps them, or they post a question and I'm able to answer. It's not just about the lives. This is about people who have joined us at some level for some kind of support. That warms my heart so much, and I never, ever, ever, um, thought that there would be 5,000 of us. Almost, so we're one away from 5,000. And it's so awesome to feel that community. And I didn't realize for many years, how much I wanted community, right? Just like-minded, loving people helping one another. That's what we are, right? Yes, spirit joins us, and yes, we have a lot of fun, but the foundation of this group is helping one another, building a community of support. And that's what this is all about. So, because I like to teach all of you, giveaway number one, we're going to tap into our intuition. Okay, we're going to tap into our intuition. It's going to be fun. Um, and what will happen is the first person that is correct or closest to um, what I'm looking for will win the first 30 minutes. Okay, so on this paper, you're going to use your intuition and take your time. We're in no big rush. Take your time. On this piece of paper is a number. So I want you to feel, just channel it. See if you can channel it or trust your intuition. What number is on the piece of paper? And the first one that gets it right, or the one that's closest to it, will win the first 30-minute session. Go. So nobody's guessed it yet. I'm going to let you go a little bit more. If another number comes into your awareness and you've already posted it, I'll let you go again. Use your and feel it. Ask spirit what numbers on the paper. Ask spirit. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go a few more, just another couple seconds or two. And stop. So the number itself has not been guessed yet. So I'm going to scroll up. I just want to see who's closest to. Just give me a moment to it. So the number I will show you on the paper here, it's 122. January 22nd is my birthday, so I went with 122. So let me see who's closest here. Okay. We got 111. Aaron has 129. Mimi is 127. Can I ask Shy? Can you just double check with me? I don't want to miss anything here. Can you double check that Mimi is the closest in the chat to 122? I've got Mimi at 127. I'm gonna get so, or if anybody else, if Shy's not here, I'm not sure if she was able to stay or not. If anybody else can double check and agree. So if somebody could just write agree that Mimi is the closest at 127. Agree. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Okay. So let's look up 122. Stay filled with faith because heaven is working behind the scenes to help your manifestation appear. The more positive your thoughts and feelings, the faster and better this manifestation occurs. So, Mimi, um, Can you email the hawk and I at gmail.com? It's also on my YouTube channel. Can you email the hawk and I, and we will book a 30-minute Ask the Medium session with me. I'll send you a couple dates once you've emailed me and contacted me to claim your price. Thank you. Oh, Wes, bless your heart, Wes. Thanks, darling. We will organize that. I do have May and June sessions available. Okay. Mimi, well done. Congratulations. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Many of you did pick up the one or the two. I think there may have been a 22. So well done. Giveaway number two for the second 30-minute reading. I have a box here. I'm gonna hold it up. This is fun. All right. Let me just take the paper off of it. There we go. Okay, so in this box, I'm gonna hold it up here for a moment. We're all gonna stop the chat. Okay, we're gonna stop the chat. Okay. And I want you to sit and I want you to feel. So I'm gonna and this one I'm gonna walk you through a little bit. Again, the closest one to what's in the box um will win the 30-minute session. So I'm gonna walk you through it a little bit. This is what I do with my mentoring students. I just want you to just either eyes open or eyes closed. What doesn't matter. I just want you to take some big breaths in and out now. So just take some big breaths in and out. Okay, and just quiet your mind for a moment. Now, what comes into your awareness? What comes into your awareness? Allow whatever that is to come in. Okay, ready? So I am gonna go with the closest. I'm gonna go with the closest answer. Okay, I'm gonna go with the closest answer. We're done. All right. So the closest answer. Okay. So a few of you aren't far off. And some of you are closer than others. So let's open the box up. So this is a tree. I call it the tree. It kind of reminds me of the tree of life. So the closest answer, I literally seen someone say a tree. So oh, I'm going to scroll up to the first one that said that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to scroll down. Sorry. All right. So the first reference to tree. Spring went tulips. Travis went a plant. Flower, turtle. Flat with fur. I'm getting blue. Okay, so if I can get someone to help me out here. So the first reference I see is something with a tree. Is that Jules, or do we see it sooner than that? To me, Jules. Does everybody agree? Agreed, Jules. Okay. And it's okay to be way off. Okay, it's okay to be way off. Okay, so Jules. So Jules, again, Wes, if you can put the email back in the chat, the Hawk and I, and just you put in the subject line 30-minute session. Now, these were all very close. These are all very close. Nice. All right, so listen now. Okay, so listen up. There is something for everybody, because what I'm going to do is I am going to post on the community page. I am going to post free, I'll probably use it on Zoom so that we can have some privacy. I'm going to post a free group and we can all come in and have some time. How does that sound? Um, I will try and get to that post over the weekend. I will put it on the channel on the community page. I'll do my best to try and keep the timeline open for everyone. So that like the time zones, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for. And I will let spirit decide what I'm going to do in that. It won't be me. I'm not going to make the decision right now. If it might, maybe it'll be a short little workshop, or maybe it'll be a combination of a workshop and some channeling. But I am going to do that. We will gather and we will all have a free group. Okay, 'cause I think it's important. I think it's important. So watch for that on the community page. Let's see what Monday looks like here. I just want to. I think I am here Monday. So for the energy update next week. Next week is May 6th. How is that, eh? I will see you Monday morning. Usual time around 8:30ish. Let's set some intentions. The chimpanzee. I love the chimpanzees. I love that so much. You use your imagination and create fresh approaches to problem solving the situation before you. You have everything you need in order to tackle the responsibilities and tasks you're faced with. Let go of any remaining anger or resentment and forgive the person you've recently had a conflict with. Adjust your diet to a healthy one, natural and organic foods. It's better to ignore some of the things that are going on around you that would otherwise cause you considerable disturbance. That's the observe reference there, you guys. This is a good time for self assessment and self reflection, acknowledging your strengths and limitations and positive and negative characteristics without judgment. I just got goosebumps to that last sentence. I'm going to read that last sentence again. This is a good time for self-assessment and self-reflection, acknowledging your strengths and limitations, positive and negative characteristics without judgment. Think about that for a moment. We're so good at the easy, we're so good at our positive, and then with our negative, and we all have negative parts with us. Like let's be honest, we're not all butterfly and unicorns all the time. We do have negative things about ourselves, and that's where we can do some work. But we can also lift off that whole judgment piece, right? I love that. I love the wording on that. He. I need some validation today before the weekend. Dang, this really resonates. I love that, Lana. I love how Lana never starts the books without me singing What Do We Need to Hear. I love that. I like to pause for a moment and so we can all set an intention to what we need. The chimp, I love it. Today was so special. Today was very special. I love you guys, and I love this group, and I love this space, and it's so much fun. Um I'm just going through some of the comments here. My first thought, because you used it in class. Okay. Based on the responses here, and I get it. Who doesn't love a giveaway? But you know what? I think celebration is always really important. This won't be the last time we celebrate something on the Hawk and I. Well, there'll be other giveaways and opportunities, and everybody wins. Hopefully, you can attend the free group or the free session. Everybody wins, and it's. And I always really here's what I really truly believe for whatever reason, and I trust this. And I get it. You're all going to say, well, maybe it's luck or maybe it's this. I truly believe that the people people who got those 30-minute sessions, there is a deep reason. What they really need it, and I really truly believe that. I always ask spirit to guide the way, and I truly believe that we may not understand the reason, but spirit always goes, in the direction of where they're needed the most in this moment. There will also be a group, and there will be other opportunities. This isn't the last time I'm going to do a giveaway or the last time I'm going to do a free group. Um, we will have more free time. As always, you guys, it's the weekend. Thank goodness. Thank goodness it's the weekend. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Much love, you guys. Take good care, okay?